If you were to ask me what my favorite piece of British literature was that we read this semester, my answer would be very quick, and that'd be Beowulf. Beowulf was awesome. It wasn't like the other pieces we read. The other pieces were very, they were good in their own way, but they were all very kind of dry. They were maybe very difficult to read and difficult to articulate the themes and understand really what the author was trying to convey. Beowulf was very different. Beowulf not only had interesting themes, but it also told a very, very compelling narrative. And that was just the first thing that I loved about Beowulf, was its narrative and the way it intermixed its themes and its story and its characters all in one. But the first thing that I really, really loved about Beowulf was its character, its hero, Beowulf, the ideal Germanic hero. He was awesome. He, the way that he approached life, the way that he boasted about his accomplishments, the way that he had pride, and the way that he was strong, and how he just defeated all in his path was so cool. And it was interesting how the story painted him as this seemingly invincible hero, only to eventually fall in the end due to what could be considered his own hubris. The next thing I loved about it was its use of Christian themes and pagan themes and how the two intermixed. Seeing the Christian Beowulf enter into this pagan Dane society was very interesting, and seeing how the two belief systems aren't exactly weighted the same. It's very clear there's a mismatch between the pagan kind of hyper-violent culture and the Christian culture. They don't mix exactly right, and so you can tell that the author is really trying to reconcile his own religious beliefs with the very pagan culture of the Germanic society. Finally, though, as I said, the biggest reason I loved Beowulf compared to all the other things we read was just its narrative, how fun it was to read. It was so interesting seeing just this hero taking on these immense challenges, saving the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. The combat, the fight scenes were so interesting and fun to read. I mean, just the idea of him ripping a monster's arm off with his bare hands and diving under the water to kill the monster's mom, and then sacrificing his own life to kill a dragon. I mean, all of that was just so fun to read, and definitely something you wouldn't expect from British literature. So, all in all, Beowulf was awesome. It was definitely fun. It definitely kind of played against the stereotype of very dry, very boring British literature, and definitely brought out kind of a new side to it that I hadn't seen before. But, don't take my word for it. Let's ask some people at the McLean Student Life Center what their favorite piece of British literature was. Thank you. Guys, what is the best piece of British literature?
Beowulf. Beowulf.
Beowulf.
Beowulf.
Beowulf.